こんにちは、皆さん。私は日本中国のドイツ人です。日本語をもっと上手に勉強しようと思っています。今に動画での反応は英語を話します。必ず字幕をオンにしてください。I'm German and I want to learn more about Japan. And last time we watched a video about housing and living in Japan. So I want to know, what is it like to be in Japan's tiny apartments under the train tracks? I think this might be also an interesting video for you, because who of you live under the train tracks?
These are train tracks and these are tiny apartments with a lot of kitchens. I actually have the keys for 3.
Check this out. Holy crap. Japan is a country with a little space and lots of people, and you can see it exactly in this picture. They building little houses under a train track. This would never happen in Europe ever. This is an example for having less space and too much people, but the villages are empty. There are houses everywhere and you can just buy them and renovate them, and no one does it. So yeah, it's not in the city. Maybe this is the point. Yeah, but
tiny rooms today. I'm gonna start with the biggest one here, which is still pretty small.
Apartments. It looks amazing.
This is the
wow.
room. We start by taking off our shoes.
So much space.
And this actually isn't bad at all.
This isn't bad at all.
I might have just seen too many tiny apartments, because this one actually feels kind of big and spacious.
So this is just one room, but you have a place to work, big table, you have some hanging shelves and a ladder to upstairs bed. So I think under the bed there might be the toilet or bathroom or something like this. We have kind of a kitchen. There is a fridge and a microwave, and I think I also saw kind of cooking device. Maybe behind this little door here is a sink. Check it out. Amazing. Huge windows for a lot of light.
Clean, new, lots of storage over here. There is a microwave and fridge here. Not bad by Japan standards in terms of size. And then sliding this open,
the washing machine. Great.
A washing machine.
Yeah, cool.
Which can hold up to 5 kilograms. A little bit of a kitchen space over here.
Yes.
It's nice IH burners built right in with some storage on both sides. But I can see a fully white kitchen getting pretty messy if you actually use it.
Well, actually, if I had an apartment like this while being in Tokyo, I would be very happy, because there is enough space for a whole family to stay for a week or two. And as a single person, this is extremely cool, especially in a big city like Tokyo. I like it. I like it a lot.
There is a loft space up here, and then this is going to be the toilet and bath area.
Like
the doorway seems kind of small, but you can actually step down. So the toilet space itself is actually not that bad, especially considering some of the places that we've taken a look at. And over on this side,
the shower
actually
it's a
moderately spacious bath area.
Wow.
I might need to duck to use the shower. Also, I'm very aware that moderately spacious is a relative term, that for claustrophobic people that might just be nightmare juice. But let's take a peek at the loft up here.
Yes. This is the bed.
This loft is actually way bigger once you get up here than it looks like.
You can put
from down below.
futon beds in there.
Yes. I've got
a lot of space.
100% cannot stand up in here. Let me give you a peek. You would have no problem fitting a decent sized mattress. There's also plugs and all the switches for everything you need.
Full
almost
quiet.
everything you need. Oh, I can turn that on.
This is genius.
I have no idea what these switches do. I'm just pushing buttons. Okay, I want to go check out the really tiny units now. Also, despite this being under the train tracks, I haven't really been bothered by any train noise. There's actually a train passing overhead right now. You can
My
barely
question
hear.
too.
There is
I've
separation
heard
between here
no
and the
noise
tracks,
at
so I
all
think that
until
helps.
now.
But these places feel like they're also built to be pretty quiet. This is what the train sounds like outside, but again, there's the spacing. There's 2 units per building, at least for this
Okay.
section, and there's security cameras there. But let's go check out the really tiny place.
It looks
so there are
very
109
modern.
units in total, and the ones in here are considerably smaller. So there's space for shoes.
It looks very modern and looks very secure. And I think the target group are single persons or people who live as a couple without kids. So when I just watch this picture, I see a lot of shoes.
There, our unit's going to be down
So
this way.
this-
There's a shared
this
kitchen
maybe
space
is
here, which makes me
bigger
think that this
apartment?
unit probably doesn't have a kitchen, but it's going to be right this way.
Oh,
This
maybe this
should
is
be
a
our
kitchen
unit
for
right
a
here.
lot of small
Let's take a peek.
sleep rooms. Looks like table, fridge, and
That does have a
bathroom.
bit of a closet, and it's a tall closet at that, so it feels like a bit of a bonus, but the room itself is just so tiny. Like this
is
is
tiny.
all the space
Where
you
to
get here. There's a
sleep?
bit of a desk here.
Desk,
This
yeah.
particular fridge feels a little bit big for the space. I don't know. I might go with something smaller.
Washing machine.
And then in here we've got
Why?
the toilet, bath, shower, and all that.
Shower, yeah.
This door here closes to give you privacy, and yep, that
storage.
opens.
Little
Just
bit
like
of a
that.
storage.
And in here
But
we have, is it shower only?
Yeah, it's
It
a
is
shower.
shower only this time. All in all, not a bad shower space. Shower head is also higher on this one, and I love and appreciate how much more spacious the toilet is. I know to most of you this isn't going to be
But
a
where to
spacious
sleep?
toilet,
Still
but
where
in
to
the world
sleep?
of tiny apartments that are available in Japan,
Oh,
it seems like
upstairs,
the toilet
I
space is
guess.
always the first to go. And when I looked at this place, I was like, well, where would you sleep? Where would you put a bed?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I realized that this is
Okay,
actually
there's a ladder.
that leads up to a loft. It's just
Oh.
bolted straight to the wall.
So,
So let's head up and take
for a
a peek.
single
These are
person, this
student
is
apartments, by the way.
still
Not dormitories, like apartments that you can
okay.
rent.
And you have more
Definitely
storage
smaller.
room.
Absolutely no
Nice.
chance of me standing up in here, but there is these shelves for storage, and there's more than enough space
Nice.
for some type of bedding
Yeah,
or mattress
sure.
here. Also love the addition.
You can
of the
hang
handle here.
your
Don't know
clothes.
why? Just a simple usability thing. And from here, you really get a peek at the scale of this apartment.
Yeah.
The ladder being
So my question about this apartment, it is for a single student living room. If you're studying abroad and you need somewhere to stay, you are most of the time in the university, it's okay. And yeah, students don't have that much money, but they have the kitchen outside. It's a community kitchen. And they have their own fridge and own freezer, which is cool. But why they have the washing machine inside the apartment? I would think the best thing is to put a washing machine or more than one washing machine into a separate room for the community. So a community washing room to hang the clothing or have a separate dryer to dry the clothes as well. But a washing machine for each apartment? I don't know if this space couldn't be used better for anything else, like storage. The main thing when we traveled to Tokyo, to Kyoto, to Nara, to Okinawa Naha, everywhere is a lack of storage space. Europeans come with big suitcases and want to put their belongings somewhere. We have clothing, we have washing things and We have even, yeah, towels we get from the hotel, but no place to put them. We can't hang them. This is just a strange system we never got used to in Japan, the lack of storage room. And I see it here too, especially on the high wall next to this table. There is so much space on the high wall to put a hanging shelf on, or above the fridge, just a hanging shelf, anywhere to put food or other belongings inside.
And completely vertical makes it a little bit more of a challenge to get up here and makes me question how much I personally would use the loft. Now, these are designed to be affordable student housing, or
as I guess.
students too.
Includes meals. Okay, this is incredible.
Three steps to get across the entire apartment. Also, just a little bit of a trigger warning.
Calculation 70,000 divided by, which is the current 460 euros approximately, which is still a lot of money, but with meals it is cheap. In, like my city Leipzig in Germany, which is still a city with low prices, we pay 100,000 yen per month. Included is just the water and also the heating.
On our next apartment, if you thought that this unit was small and you were uncomfortable, the next unit is much smaller.
Okay, smaller.
Because this housing is designed for students. There's all these extra benefits and merits, like shared space. There's also a shared like cafeteria style kitchen space with meals that are designed by a nutritionist, which is not entirely uncommon in Japan. It's a pretty common practice for elementary schools in Japan to have a nutritionist on board to design the meals. This place actually takes it one step further by using food sourced from local farms.
Okay, this is
the
a
building
good
itself
approach.
Is beautiful.
I like it.
The next room, our final room, this is the room.
Okay, as far as I can see, there is a lot of storage, and this brownish plate is the bed, I guess.
It's pretty much the whole thing. I can already hear the claustrophobics just screaming and panicking, but let me give you a peek. So this...
There you have a table and a chair, and I see a bathroom back there.
This is pretty much the room. Now there is one feature behind.
Something to hang on your clothing. Is this a thing in Japan to hang your clothing or blanket of your bed over your bed? I mean, we don't do this in Germany at all, so please let me know in the comments.
I mean, that might be shocking for some people, and the toilet is pretty cool, but the bed, how small the bed is, stands out to me. At least it has some space underneath.
Still okay.
You know what this reminds me of? That tiny sleeper train that we took a while back. Pretty sure if I leave my feet hanging out, we should be okay.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot.
So we should now know how tall he is, so I'd say 170 to 180. It's not a standard sized German bed, but it's still okay. For students, not bad at all.
It works. It's not that bad. Actually, this is way better than my first ever apartment in Japan. The building is long gone, but it was way tinier than this, and I did not have my own bed space or toilet, which I want to show you before I show you the thing that's...
You have your own toilet and your own bathroom.
Space here, little mirror there.
Which
there
still
is
amazing.
A shower room in here, and then this spot right here is where the toilet is. And you
Yeah.
might look at that and go,
Right.
well, there's definitely not enough space to sit in there, except this door swings
It is,
all the way closed.
well,
that. Oh,
small.
You lock it.
Where to put your
Apparently-
legs?
There. Like that.
But
So again,
yeah,
not
it
bad
works.
at all. It's actually fairly well designed, and then you have access to the sink
Well designed.
right here, which is much
Hits
better
it.
than a lot of the other places. Despite being such a tiny space, you not only have your normal shower ventilation space here, but because you've got a window here, this window opens, so you could also just open that and vent out the entire area. Also, because of the window, I didn't really think
window
about it,
in the
but there are light
bathroom
switches
is-
here as well.
Very good.
Wow. Okay. It is actually really.
It still
this
looks
is a
modern.
Nice. I
Nice.
like it. With one minor caveat in this, and that's that, well, this just opens up to a hallway here, and
Hallway.
the privacy that you get is from basically this is the room that you get. Let me open this and show you outside of here. For a second.
Privacy.
While the other ones were really meant to be apartments, this
And
is
you
more
have more space
single-person
to sit down
dormitory
with
space.
others in the
Take a peek
community.
at this and tell me what it reminds you of. So
No
what
place to
does this
cook.
look like to you? Each of these are individual rooms, and this is meant to be like a common space with like tables and shared desks and whatnot. And there's a whole
Looks
kitchen
to
space
me-
down here. Just noticed
That it could become very loud during the day.
that there are also
And they have
clean
a
laundry
community
machines
washing
available
machine.
here as well.
Yeah,
I
laundry.
just really like this entire space, and I keep forgetting that we're underneath the train tracks. Each room is just built so well.
We don't hear the
that
train
they're
tracks.
Incredibly clever. We've seen some really terrible tiny apartments here in Japan so far. But this is just built to be used. It's like the storage space under the bed. You got the shelves. You got the super functional door. I often shoot these tiny apartment videos with Okazaki-san, a former architecture student who I met for the first time when I stumbled upon her apartment, and we've done a ton ever since. And she has wanted to come and check out this place for the longest time, but wasn't able to come with me today because she's actually off on an architecture job herself. Also, would you believe that every single time that we do these tiny apartment videos, we get threats, actual threats, both in comment and email form. I might even have to do an entire video on that one day. I did not realize
What?
that people were so triggered by tiny apartments, but wishing Ayaka all the best.
Okay.
I'm sure that you guys are as well. And the cafeteria here has offered to put together a small meal for us so we can see what it's like before we wrap things up for the
Not
day.
bad.
So let's go check it out. Registered students can actually come up and use this face scanner that scans their face.
This is
They
cool.
use that to pay for their food.
Nice.
Hi.
And you got fresh food
Hi, domo.
prepared for you. Wow. It looks incredible.
That
man.
is
So
quite the meal. This
tasty.
is fantastic. Okay, so we got a little bit of a
So
soup
if the
right
meal
here,
is
a bowl
included,
of
this
rice,
price is
a nice
outstanding.
salad, and then
We have to
there
pay
is
so
in
much
Japanese, it's
money
called
on
hanbok.
food in
It's
Japan.
just a hamburger, just a hamburger patty with
Mm.
no. Does that exist overseas? I've been living in Japan far too long, and then Brussels sprouts, fries, and fresh made pudding. I got to see them doing some of the prep earlier, and everything just looked so good. I'm gonna start
So
with
good.
It tastes incredible, which is amazing because each one of these trays works out to less than
It's
$5
Japanese
a
food.
meal. I had reached out to Japan Rail, who runs this entire thing, including the apartments and everything, and asked them if I could come in and shoot this. And not only did they say yes, but they sent an entire team. There are posters all over the place that say Tokyo Lens is shooting today. They made me feel so welcome. Not sponsored or
Yeah.
anything, but huge
This is
thanks for
Japan.
that. The
They
big
make
question
you
is,
welcome.
would you live here? Would you live in any of these units? What did you think of them?
Hmm.
Let me know down below. Also, if you're new and you haven't hit that subscribe button already,
So, as I have a family, and my son is now a first grader, so he needs some space for his own. The first apartment is not bad at all. So he said that he made more videos about some tiny houses. I give a thumbs up. I would like you to give my video a thumbs up too, because I think you really liked it when you watched it till here. And if you want to see more of these videos when I react to Japan and Japanese culture, then please subscribe or tell your friends that I doing these videos, and maybe they have some ideas of other videos I can react to, so please tell me. And I will check his other videos. Maybe this channel is interesting for me too. $7 tiny room versus tiny hotel. This looks at least interesting. Tiniest apartment, campsite, tiniest shop. It looks interesting. I will give it a try. Maybe we watch another video of Tokyo Lens. If you liked it, then please go and subscribe to his channel. And have a nice day. I hope to see you again in the next video.